Good morning, or good afternoon, I should say, Eric and Nikki. And I wanted to give a little bit of context to the timing where we're getting all this information today. The press conference that we covered, that I'm about to show you a story about, did happen earlier in the morning. That was about 10 a.m., whereas the statement that we got from Florida came in at about 2 p.m. And we have been working to try to reconcile what do seem to be two very different pictures of what happened with these migrants. So this story that we're going to show you tells the story of the congregations in Sacramento that are coming together, trying to work and to serve these migrants. And from their perspective, these are people who were dropped off, not knowing where they were, and really just maybe being a little bit disoriented and feeling that they were misled about the circumstances. But they say Sacramento is a loving, caring place, and they're doing everything they can to wrap their arms around these people.
How lucky are we in Sacramento that they didn't know where they were going to land, but they were brought to us, and guess what?
If Tuesday's press conference of faith leaders and city officials could be summed up in one sentiment, this was it.
They couldn't have landed in a better place because Sacramentans knew what it means to come together.
Sacramento area congregations together, along with Sacramento's mayor and 3 city council members, give an update on the migrants they've collaborated to support.
They were approached outside of a migrant center in El Paso, where they were told that people representing themselves as part of some type of contracting or organization that could help them relocate to a place where they would be provided with shelter, housing, and job opportunities.
But the only actual arrangements made for the migrants, according to the people at the press conference, appears to be their transportation to Sacramento. The first flight arrived Friday.
With the first group, they were transported by some type of bus from the airport where they landed to the diocesan offices of Sacramento, located on Broadway, at which point they were told to get off the bus, that someone would be coming to receive them. They rang the doorbell of the building, boarded the bus again. The driver, the person who rang the doorbell, and told them they would be right back. At that point, they left and never came back.
A similar situation unfolded Monday. In all, 36 people from Colombia, Venezuela, and Guatemala were flown to Sacramento from Texas. They are now being housed, fed, and supported by local congregations.
I didn't ask them a lot about their journeys, but bits and pieces. We know they went through deserts and jungles and mountains and rivers.
A journey of 7 months for some, according to volunteer Shireen Miles, who first met the asylum seekers Friday at South Sacramento Christian Center. She says they're all adults, mostly in their 20s and 30s, and 4 to 5 couples.
Most people were saying this is the first time I've felt cared for and safe.
It's unclear what's next for the migrants. 4 of them have already connected with friends or family and have moved on. Still, they all face uncertain futures.
They are very relieved that they will get a chance to sit down with an immigration attorney to sort of sort out their individual cases. So until they get more information, I think they're just kind of in a holding pattern.
And we're told some of those immigration court appearances are actually out of state and quite far away, so there's some logistics to be figured out there. As far as what the migrants' plans are, we heard that some might be liking it here in Sacramento, might have an interest in staying in the area, whereas others plan to move on. So it's really unclear just how permanent their situation in our area, in this country, is going to be. But the big message that these congregations wanted to give, along with some city officials, was that they are welcome, that they are going to be taken care of, and that any effort to try to treat them perhaps as a political bargaining chip or pawns or anything like that just is not going to be well received here in Sacramento.